Hello guys, I'm Gal. This is my first video in English and I'm going to talk about the 10 Commandments. Yesterday I woke up in my bed and I immediately got a clear message that said the 10 Commandments were not commands, they were a state of being. Now in the past I already talked about it in my last Hebrew posts, but I'm going to repeat it again and explain what exactly does it mean. The 10 Commandments were meant to be guidelines and not commands. They were meant to be an agreement between God and us to let us know when we are on our highest path toward ascension. So when God said, "You shall not have other God before me," it's not because I command you, it's because when you're on your ascension path towards me, you would realize that you are God. You and me are one, so you won't need to worship any other God. I am inside of you and always have been, so you won't have the need to worship any external God. "You shall not make yourself a craved image" is the same thing. You shall not take the name of the Lord in vain, not because I command you, but because on your highest spiritual path you would realize that you don't need to call upon me or any other entity for help. You would know that you yourself have the power to create anything you want. You won't need any help. Remember, the Shabbat day is also a guidance, not a command. Shabbat in Hebrew means to return. The Shabbat day was meant to be a tool for us to return back home. Our home that is inside of us, that we return back home through meditation and through being in the moment, and we connect back to our home in the higher realms. So it's a tool to help us remember our real home every week, because our illusionary world can be really tricky to us and make us forget our real home. This is not our real home. This is just an illusionary game. So right now, I don't necessarily need a Shabbat day to remember this. I keep Shabbat every day. Every day I return back home inside of me and keep in contact with our real home that is in the higher realms. Honor your father and mother, not because I command you, but because you would know the laws of the universe, and you would know that everything that you put out, you get back. You would know that honoring your family first will help you to honor the entire world. So you would see that everything that you put out to any person in the world, you get back. In addition, you would know that everyone else is you. There is only one of us. We are all one. So honoring the other person is actually honoring yourself. When we connect to higher consciousness, we know we can connect to each and every one of us, and we can feel what other people feel. So we know that we are all connected. You shall not murder, not because I command you, but because you would realize that you are not ending anyone. Everyone keeps living after death. They only leave their body. Death is not an ending, it's just a transition. So you won't really get rid of anyone. You shall not commit adultery, not because I command you, but because you would realize that you have the same power as I do. You can manifest any other relationship to yourself. You won't need to take anyone else's wife, because the universe is abundance, and you can manifest your desire to a woman's love anytime you want. And it doesn't have to be the wife of your friend. It can come in every other form. You shall not steal, again, not because I command you, because you would realize that you can manifest anything you want. So you won't need to steal from anyone else. You shall not bear false witness, not because I command you, but because your vibration and frequency would get so high that you would feel when someone is lying to you. On higher frequencies, we can feel when someone telling us the truth or lying to us. Lying is the lower vibration. You shall not covet, again, because you would realize that you can manifest anything you want. There is no judging God, nor angry God. God is a pure love consciousness that lives in each and every one of us, and we can connect to that energy, to ourselves, by going within. A lot of the original meanings and texts were changed during time from individuals in our history that didn't want us to know the truth. When my spiritual awakening began after my father passed away, in that time I somehow knew that something is guiding me. So 2 days after he passed was Kippur Day, and I had a dream about him. His name is Messiah. I asked whoever is guiding me to give me a sign if the dream was connected to my father. I asked it inside of me, in my heart. 10 seconds later, my mom, that didn't hear about it, enters the room and bringing me a Bible. That was weird. My mom never brought me a Bible. She just brought it and gifted it to me and didn't say anything. She was just sitting next to me and started to read another book. My heart was beating fast. I knew it was connected to the sign that I just asked. She suddenly turned her head towards me and asked, "Oh, did you see this bookmark?" She was going to get this bookmark outside of the Bible, and I was instantly just put my finger inside the Bible to see what page would it be. The page of the bookmark turned out to be the Ten Commandments. I just knew in that moment that the name Messiah, my father's name, was related to the Ten Commandments. Today, I know that the Ten Commandments, or the Ten Guidelines, are our path toward enlightenment, to let us know when we are in our Messiah consciousness, when we are in our Christ consciousness, which is the same thing. I have more details to share about Moses and Mount Sinai and what really happened there, so be sure to follow and share this video to friends and family.